Good morning, everyone. Or good evening for those down under. So this live stream is as promised. Yesterday in my live stream, I said that tomorrow, i.e. today, I'm going to do a live stream that is just the facts from law enforcement. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So you might find it boring because it's going to be a whole lot of map time. And I know some people are just not enamored by that kind of thing. So if you're interested in the creator on creator drama or anything like that, then this isn't the live stream for you. But if you want to listen to the pure facts, then stay tuned, because that's exactly what we're going to do in this live stream. And it's surprising, actually, how many facts we have. We have quite a lot of little nuggets that I think are very important to remember. So I'm going to be using I have to share my whole screen for this, because in a moment I'm going to be using Google Earth Pro, and there's no way I can share it. Like, YouTube won't let me share it unless I share my entire screen. So it's just a little bit annoying. It's just a little bit more fiddly for me, that's all. Doesn't matter to you. Just a little bit more fiddly. But we're going to be using the dispatch audio that the channel Jessica Danielle put together. So it's brilliant what she did. I have a massive amount of admiration for this person, and I don't know who she is, but what she did was she listened to the dispatch audio, all the archives, which are available. Anybody could have done this. They're available on a site called Broadcastify, and you can go into the archives for any county of any state. Well, actually, not all of them are on there, but Sumner County dispatch obviously was. So she's condensed 11 hours of dispatch audio into 20 minutes, because 11 hours of dispatch audio, a lot of that would have been like just white noise, like where nobody's speaking. And then some of it would have been dispatch calls to other cases, because believe it or not, Sumner County would have been doing other things on the day that Sebastian disappeared. So she took all of the relevant stuff, like the main points from the first 11 hours of dispatch, and she condensed it into 20 minutes. It is dedication. It is. So there's a lot of information in this. Now, I have done a live stream previous to this, going through this dispatch audio, like going through it and commenting on it. But I'm going to do it again. We're going to do it all again. But what I'm going to do in this live stream is there's quite a lot of talk in this first 11 hours of the cameras, where all the cameras were in the neighborhood. So I've done it myself like before. Don't know if I've got it on here. Yeah, I do. I went through it myself, and I just crossed the houses where there's cameras. Now, that's very messy, and I only did it for Kellen. But what we're going to do today is we're going to do it all again, and I'm going to plot it onto my Google Earth. So this is Google Earth Pro, and the beauty of Google Earth Pro is that it saves everything. So it saves all your pins, it saves your tracks, it saves everything, and you can go back to it at a later date. So on this is relating to Sebastian. I've got here the 5 mile radius. That's what they searched in the first 8 days. I've also got a pin, obviously, for Sebastian's home, and I've put the track in from the search dogs. Now, that is from Chris Proudfoot, not law enforcement. So you might not want to consider that a fact because it's from Chris, and I know a lot of you don't trust Chris. Personally, I believe this dog track is real because it's on the dispatch audio that Max the German Shepherd did a track. Now, what Chris did was extend that and he told Gray Hughes and he told Trey from Naught Divers the exact track. And it wasn't just Max, the German Shepherd, who's from Sumner County EMA. It was also a bloodhound and a blue tick coonhound who were all there on the first day. And another dog who came a few days later. I don't know what breed that dog was, but it was on a later search. That dog did the same track as well. So I'm taking this as a fact, right? I probably wouldn't have done. I probably would have put it in the maybe category if it hadn't been on the dispatch audio that Max got the track. So I am putting it in as a fact. So I'm going to discard my scruffy one and we're going to start from scratch. I'm going to do it all again, all from scratch. But first, I'm going to say a few hellos because I'm good like that. Now, I do have a hard stop on this live stream. I've got to stop by 2 p.m. my time. So it's about 2 hours and 40 minutes, 2 hours and 42 minutes. Why? The Karen Reid trial, which starts at 2 p.m. my time, but 9 a.m. Eastern. Because got to be there for the start because Jennifer McCabe is being cross-examined. So that's going to be very spicy. Going to be some fireworks, I think, when Jen McCabe is cross-examined. So we do have a hard stop on this, but I do think we'll get through it all in that time. I'm going to say a few hellos. Hello, Mel, 3:15. Oh, either you've not gone to bed or you're a very early riser. Hi, Linda, Aussies Unite. Yeah. Good evening, everybody down under. In these morning live streams, I do get quite a lot of people down under because it's prime time for you guys, isn't it? Who else have we got? Let's have a look. Mel, hello. Aussie TV, hello. Mike. Oh, you're referring to my trailer. I put a trailer on this live stream just to publicise Trevor Farthing again. I'm going to do another search for Trevor in the next week or so. What you saw was just a little short of what I did in December before I got rained off. It absolutely does. I agree with you, Mike, that going right back to the start, I think, is the only way to do this. But time is against us because it's 7 years ago. So, yeah, it's difficult. But yeah, I am. I'm gonna go right back to start. I'm gonna go from all the social media from 7 years ago. I'm gonna find as much of it as I can, like digging back, and probably like map it all out, everything that's been said. I think that would be useful to do. I don't know whether the police would talk to me. They're pretty suspicious here in the UK about social media people. I think it would have to be someone from the family who did that. It might be worth me contacting somebody from the family if they'd be willing to talk to me. I think that would be the only way to get anything from the police. Mandy, hello. Holly. People are all over the place. Now, I've seen this. Julia Valenti. Yeah, let's publicise that. She's the dog handler who came out recently. And she's been confused with the fake dog handler, Steph, who's gone back and crawled under whatever rock she came from. But Julia is genuine. Okay, she's genuine. She's been somewhat controversial because she made some kind of, discriminatory statements, not like against Chris. I don't mean discrimination like racism or something like that. I mean kind of against Chris, and she's apologized for that. So this is the video. This is the video right here. I've watched this. I've actually watched this twice. I watched it last night, but I was really tired. I wasn't really attending to it, but I have watched it again. So she's got her own YouTube channel. She's Julia Valenti, and she did an hour live stream talking about her dogs, talking a little bit about Sebastian's search. She mentioned Max's track, so it's worth watching. So that's Julia Valenti, and I'll put a link to it in the chat as well, if anybody wants to go and watch that later. Oh, I wasn't sharing my screen, was I? Here we go. So she's called Julia Valenti. It's about, hold on, where have we gone? There we go. Trust your dog, debunking the false alert and search something. Well, that's her channel. So you've got the link there if you want to grab it. Okay. All right. This is why I don't like sharing my full screen, because I have to keep swapping stuff. Hi, Little Bear Paws, Angie Baby, Danielle, Mason, Lambrio, Queen of Ravens, Kentucky, from Kentucky, Miss T, Krista, hello, Nada Drama, Nana, Julie's Crafting, Quiet Observer, Vivian, Elf, Curious Kiwi, hello, JD, Lisa, Sandra, Pincho, UK based, and Krista has hopped in here with a 1999 super sticker. I missed that. Thank you so much, Krista. That's very kind of you. So, yeah, bunch of people in. Are we ready to get going? Smash that thumbs up. It does help with the algorithm. Helps a lot. It really does. 5:30, 6:21 in North Carolina. Oh, there's lots of early risers. But for those of you who weren't so early, then then you can always catch me on the replay. Okay, so this is, we're going to start with the dispatch audio, and then I'm gonna let the first bit run, because it's just talking about, you know, them like getting people out. It takes a while for them to get round to the cameras, but we're going to listen to it all anyway. I'm going to put the CCs on, because some of it isn't great audio, because it's dispatch, right? But it's very, very useful. So the link to this is already in the description box of this video for replay viewers, and I'll put this in the chat for you guys if you just want to go and listen to it without my commentary. Okay. All right, let's get going. I'll turn my volume up a little bit as well. All right. I am in Newfoundland. 11:29 here in the UK. It is indeed. All right. Actually, I'll turn my CCs off, because something else Jessica Danielle has done is put CCs on herself. She's actually done it. She's put a huge amount of work into this. Huge amount. All right, I won't interrupt it now. I'll interrupt it when we get to Max, and then we're going to go through in detail when it gets to the cameras. All right. And the sound's okay, I'm guessing, because nobody's complained. All right, good stuff. Scott, you're saying there's no sound? Oh, God. Okay. All right, that's going to be really annoying. Why is there no sound? That's going to be really annoying. All right, I'll try. It's StreamYard. It's StreamYard. It's terrible. It's been terrible at the moment. Yeah, it's okay. It's StreamYard. Right, I'll have to do it this way and then keep swapping it. Oh, it's so annoying. So annoying. All right, hopefully this will work. All right, let's start again. You can hear this. Can hear a dog barking. That's my neighbour's dog. She's called Freya. Now I've just got the spinning wheel of death. Here we go. All right, let me know you can hear this.
Setting this in 1008 Stafford Court, 1008 Stafford Court, Hendersonville. Caller advised that the 15-year-old male is not in the bed. We are right now 3 blonde hair approximately.
Good, we've got sound. Great. Good stuff.
Setting this in 1008 Stafford Court, 1008 Stafford Court, Hendersonville. Caller advised that the 15-year-old male is not in the bed. We are right now 3 blonde hair approximately 5 foot, 120 pounds. I was going to be wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants. Two members have a form of Catholicism. This is the first time it happened. I was going to be in the home before midnight. The doors are locked at this time.
Did Warner out?
Central to 47-180, 412. Juvenile left his son at the house. The mother is driving around looking for him in the Victoria Place subdivision, and she is driving a baby blue Infiniti.
Let's get there and see what's going on.
So 6:42, Katie was driving around looking for Sebastian in her baby blue Infiniti.
On go around search of the residence. We'll go from there. I'm in the area. Check one hold up. Just see me. You can text the assist line and route to the missing juvenile.
I took personal medical center ER, Center Station ER, Center Regional ER, and Skyline, all clear of the juvenile. You can see that the code red has them on at 7:45.
Next big track back up, going into the construction side over here, back towards the beach.
Okay, so this is Max. So this is 7:50. So Max is the German Shepherd. He's actually the black and tan German Shepherd that's on my thumbnail. He's on quite a lot of my thumbnails. He's from Sumner County EMA. He's trained to do live tracking and drug work. That's his specialities. He probably does other stuff as well, but he's here as a live tracker. So he's out there looking for live human scent. Okay. He's probably actually a trailing dog rather than a tracker. But anyway, so we get to, so this is 7:50. Now the dispatched people at 6:33. That was when the dispatched people. So shortly before that would have been the 911 call. So within an hour and 20 minutes, Max is out there. Now, I don't know whether it would have been, I've talked about this in previous videos. I don't know whether there would have been enough time to get Max that organized that he was scent specific. So we don't know whether at that time Max had been to the house and sniffed an article of Sebastian's. We don't know that. We know that the later dogs were all scent specific. So in a scent specific track or trail, then the dog sniffs an article of clothing or something that has the target's scent on it. And that scent needs to be as clean as possible. So what I mean by that is that it only contains the scent of the person that's the target. So things like socks or an insole, something from inside of a shoe. So you can either, like with gloves, you like take the insole out and let the dog sniff it, or you can take a swab with like a clean rag or something and let the dog sniff it. But whatever, like different handlers have, prefer different things. But shoes and socks tend not to be worn by other people. So as long as it's dirty, like a dirty sock, it's not been put in a laundry basket where it could be contaminated by other scent. So inside of a shoe, I think, is ideal. Anyway, the later dogs, like the bloodhound, blue tick coonhound, they were all scent specific. What I would like to know is whether Max was scent specific, because he could have been sent out as an air center and be finding any novel human scent. And he could actually have been tracking someone else who'd been there in the last few hours. But because he followed the same track as the later dogs that were scent specific, I'm going to assume, unless I'm told otherwise, that he actually was tracking Sebastian's scent. It would be interesting to talk to Max's handler. I don't know if anybody has talked to Max's handler, whether Max's handler would say anything. Probably wouldn't. He probably wouldn't, because it's all part of the investigation. But it would be interesting to know whether Max was scent specific. He did actually have an item of Sebastian's that he sniffed before starting this track. So this is an hour and 20 minutes into the search, and Max is already out there and he has started a track. So I'm just going to rewind it a second or two so that we go right back to beginning. So this is 7:50 and Max is tracking. Yeah, they've not discounted anything. They've not discounted the track. They've not. What they've said is that the tracks weren't successful because they didn't find Sebastian. What if the handlers carried the scent with them in their pocket? What I don't know what you mean by that. What if the handlers carried the scent with them in their pocket? They normally, at the beginning of the track, they let the dog sniff the article and then the dog goes off. They don't need to take that scent with them. I mean, some handlers might, but normally it's the dog just does a quick sniff. That, a very well-trained, very keen and eager dog will take one sniff and that's it, they're off. They know what they're looking for. So they don't normally take the scent with them. Although some handlers might, I don't know. That's right. Ellie didn't discount it. Listen to the presser on the 29th. They were talking about a scent on a large-scale search being false, not scent from that morning. Yeah, like the search overall was unsuccessful because they didn't locate Sebastian. But it's not discounting the tracks that specific dogs found. Dispatch looking for a 15-year-old but dismissed a teen fishing with his son in dispatch. Actually, when you listen to it, they did discount that person. But we're gonna get into it all. Right, so let's let Max play, and then I'll let it play through until we get to the cameras. Unless there's anything I just want to comment on, but I'll try not to because I want to get to the cameras. But all of it's interesting. All of it's relevant. Like literally all of it's relevant. So what I really want people to do is publicize this dispatch audio that Jessica Danielle has done. She's only had 9.2k views on this, and very few creators have actually played anything from it, which I find really sad, because this is 20 minutes of literally every second of it is relevant. Every second of it is factual. So look at how many views these drama channels are getting, who are getting, 20k views in an hour. And they're up to like 80, 100k views, some of them. I don't know why people aren't publicizing the facts. And yes, it's fine to theorize. I feel like a broken record. It's fine to theorize, but you've got to incorporate in your theory the facts. And this is 20 minutes, which is condensed from 11 hours of dispatch audio. This is all factual. This is all law enforcement work. This is factual. We do have a lot of facts in this case, but people have ignored it. They prefer to listen to call-ins from wacky people who are claiming to be this person and that person and the other person, and there's no facts involved. Anyway, Purple AJ has gifted 10 memberships. Purple AJ, I'm losing the ability to find words to describe what a superstar you are. But you just are. You just are. Mr. Tomato Head, Mark, Gotcha. Great name. Heather Feather. Who's got, who else? Kate. Poco. Anyway, that's difficult. Claire, Devil Doll, Ronnie, Jennifer. I think that's it. But thank you so much, Purple AJ. And you guys, you get a month's free membership, courtesy of Purple AJ. Go and check out the members area. There's a bunch of videos, live streams, statuses. There's all sorts on there now. All sorts in the members area. All right, back to this. And going to let this play through.
Back up. Going into the construction site over here, back towards the beach.
It's awful muddy. Do you see any footprints, anything? Couldn't have any shoes.
I do have some footprints.
Right there where you're standing?
Yeah, leading right over here to the retaining.
No shoes, just footprints?
He literally dove into it. Max led me straight to the retaining pond. He dove into the water.
Have you seen any footprints around it?
There was a few footprints in some of the softer dirt headed straight this way on the track that he was running.
Do we have a picture yet?
Okay, so they had some footprints that Max got very excited about, and he dove into the retention pond. Now, was it because Sebastian's scent led into the retention pond and then he lost it? He lost it because maybe he wasn't familiar with doing water searches, or maybe the scent trail, because it's a change of surface, confused him. But this is where we're talking about. So this is the construction site. This is beach. You've got Beach Church, and you've got Beach High School. That's Sebastian School. So this is all beach, right? So the construction site leading towards beach. So we've got the retention pond is here. It's not on this map because this map's like a year old almost. But the retention pond is around here. It's not that one that I thought originally, or this one that I thought originally. It's a new one. It's here, just not on this map, because these are now built houses. People are living there, and the construction site goes all the way up here. So it's just unfortunate that Google hasn't updated. So Max tracked, listen to it again, because this is so important. So important. People just don't realise. All right, listen to this again.
Back up. Going into the construction site over here, back towards beach.
All right, construction site, back towards beach. So it probably went up and around and then tracking back towards beach. So tracking back in this direction. And then he got to the construction site. What do you mean can't see a map? Oh, dear me. This is so annoying. It's so annoying. All right. When I have to keep changing stuff, it's so annoying because I always forget. All right. Look. Okay, so he tracked up through the construction site and then went back towards beach. This is beach. You've got Beach Church. You've got Beach High School, where that's Sebastian's school. So we tracked through the construction site back towards beach. So we changed direction and went back towards beach. So the retention pond's here. It's not on this map because this is a year old almost. I think this is July 2023. So there's houses here now that people are living in, and there's a new retention pond. So it's not that pond that's on the map. It's not that pond. I thought it was that pond originally, but it's not that pond. It's a pond right here now. But if anybody saw Duty Ron last night, he had Dave Rader and Twyla Cisco from Equisearch Midwest. Janine, Max didn't have Sebastian scent. He tracked a non-specific scent. Are you saying that as a fact, Janine, or are you saying that just because me and others have speculated that? Because I did a video speculating that maybe Max was non-specific, like a non-specific scent dog, because it was very early in the investigation. It was only an hour and 20 minutes after the 911 call that Max actually was out there and found this track. So it may not have been enough time for them to go to the house, find an appropriate scent article, because it would have been absolute chaos at the house at that point. We do know that the later dogs were scent specific, but also 3 later dogs. So there was Max plus a bloodhound, a blue tick coonhound, which are very good scenters because they're related to bloodhounds, and also another dog a few days later from a different team. I don't know what breed that dog was. I assume bloodhound, but that's my assumption, who also tracked the same track. And the track was from Sebastian's front porch, which is here, up the fence, back, round the neighbour's yard, onto Kellen, right away up Kellen, onto the construction site, then changed direction, went back. So this is back towards beach, because beach is here, and then into the to the retention pond. So we had 4 dogs. 4 dogs. We had Max. Now, whether Max was non-scent specific, he still did the same track. He did the same track as the bloodhound, the blue tick coonhound, and then a few days later, another dog from a different team tracked the same track. So 4 dogs tracked the same track. Now, come on now. If you don't believe those dogs and they tracked the same track, at least 3 of those dogs, like not including Max, if he was non-scent specific, we know there was 3 scent specific dogs that tracked the same track, or they were trailing, but let's not confuse matters. The scent article was bed sheets, Jules said, for Max. She spoke to the Sumner handler. Really? Okay. Did she say that last night in her live stream? I'm going to have to listen to it again. Because she was a bit, she could tell she was nervous, and she was kind of a bit all over the place. So she was a bit difficult to follow in places. But I'll listen to it again. So the scent articles, bed sheets, Jules said, for Max. She spoke to the Sumner handler. So Max was scent specific. So Max was scent specific. So this is Julia's live stream from last night. So I did share this in the chat. I'll share it again for people who want to go and watch it. So this is Julia Valenti from last night. Okay. And the title is, oh God. The title is Trust Your Dog, Debunking the False Alert and Search. So there was a dog track. There absolutely was. And it wasn't just one dog. It was 4 dogs who tracked the same dog. German Shepherd dogs do not use scent articles. I'm a handler. Rizman, lots of German Shepherds are scent specific. So I don't know what to tell you. I know German Shepherd dogs personally, who are trained to track scent specific. So there's that. Just because you're a handler doesn't mean that all German Shepherds in the world and all handlers of German Shepherds in the world don't train their dogs on scent specific. So there's that. The majority of police dogs here in the UK are German Shepherds, and many of those are scent specific. Now, in the UK, things like drug detection, phone detection, electronics, that kind of stuff is done by Springer Spaniels. The police forces in the UK tend to use Springer Spaniels. Very few bloodhounds now working in the police in the UK. They tend to use Springer Spaniels because they've got a massive amount of energy. Their scent detection's excellent, and they're small, and they can get into small places that larger dogs can't get into. So they are the general purpose dogs, like the protection work, and those protection dogs, some of them will be trained on scent as well. But that general purpose stuff is usually German Shepherds. Increasingly, they're using Belgian Malinois, increasingly. So German Shepherds are Mallies. And then for scent detection, the scent work only, it's primarily these days Springer Spaniels. Or there's some Labradors working also, but you see very few bloodhounds now on the payroll in the UK. Now I know it's different in the US. Like bloodhounds are used a lot, coonhounds are used a lot, and you see very few Springer Spaniels working in the US. No scent of Sebastian. That was a false set, according to authorities. No, Lolo. You need to listen to what they actually said. You need to listen to what they actually said. They said overall, there was no successful tracks because none of them located Sebastian. That doesn't mean that the tracks that were located weren't true. It just means they were non-successful because none of them led them to Sebastian. All right. Okay. Back to the construction site, and I will let it run now. Okay.
It's awful muddy. Do you see any footprints, anything? Couldn't have any shoes. I do have some footprints.
Right there where you're standing?
Yeah, leading right over here to the retaining.
No shoes, just footprints?
He literally dove into it. Max led me straight to the retaining pond. He dove into the water.
Have you seen any prints around it?
There was a few footprints in some of the softer dirt headed straight this way on the track that he was running. Do we have a picture yet?
That's simple.
What was that heat signature at?
Where the riprap is, where the trees are. 25 feet maybe out in the middle. Hey guys.
So they got a heat signature in the trees, which could have indicated like someone there in the trees. So they went to investigate that. Elf, thank you so much for the $5. That's very kind of you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Sure, one police force has a staffy as a police dog. Not sure what job he does. Maybe the official trained Zoomy dog. Yeah, there are a few mixed breeds. There's actually a few Labradoodles. I have a friend who she's not a police officer, she's an analyst, police analyst. Like, she analyzes all the data from crime scenes and stuff. She works for Nottinghamshire Police, and I haven't spoken to her in well, at least probably 2 or 3 years. So I'm going back a while, but yeah, they had some Labradoodles in Nottinghamshire Police working as scent detection dogs. I'd like to see Tilly. Oh, she wouldn't be very successful unless there was a lost pizza, and then she would find it from 10 miles away. So yeah, they do occasionally have some quite unusual breeds. It's about their aptitude. It's about their ability to do the job, not necessarily the breed. They just tend to use German Shepherds like traditionally, and then increasingly Malinois, and then mainly, I would say probably 80%. That's just a off the cuff rough figure. But the majority, because I follow a lot of police dog Twitter accounts, like a lot of forces in the UK. They have like dedicated Twitter accounts for their dogs. So I follow a few, and the majority of the scent detection work is Springer Spaniels. So Cassie's breed. Cassie's a Springer Spaniel.
Church is on, there's another pond.
Oh, sorry, guys. Got another person here. Yvonne, member for 19 months. Good morning from New York. You had a beagle called Tilly. Tilly's a popular name. Golden Retrievers. Yeah, there are some Golden Retrievers. Occasionally Golden Retrievers are used. Golden Retrievers and Labs in the UK tend to be used as guide dogs for the blind, like C&I dogs. So it's Labs and Golden Retrievers, occasionally German Shepherds for that kind of work, like service dogs. What about beagles? Beagles have got excellent scent detection. I don't know of one being used as a police dog though. They tend to have like a big mind of their own. Perhaps a little bit awkward. So maybe not beagles, but I love beagles. My neighbour's got a beagle called Max. Tilly hates him, absolutely hates him. They're like mortal enemies. Neither of them can stand each other. They go berserk when they see each other. It's insane. Tilly and Tommy. Oh. All right, I'm getting distracted. I'm not going to look at the chat. I'm not going to look at the chat for a bit because I'm just too distracted, and we've got to get through this.
There's somebody standing in the woods. It looks like a person. It is a person we know, but there's another pond. He's standing back there by himself. Past the construction zone in the same area back there. Yeah, the north end of it, yeah. Down over here, go straight back. There's a person in the woods by that pond. There's the house on the other side of the tree line. Going back toward the beach or going on the back side? Yeah, on the back side, and he's not moving. He's just standing there by himself in the woods. It's Hendersonville 517. I'm on the northeast corner in the cemetery across the tree line. Am I close?
No, it's outside. Mickey, if you can, do you have anybody there with you? Stand by. Let me see if I can find it on my map. I got my drone grounded for the moment, and I'll see if I can do it. Target's over. One of the two. I'm in my truck. Two, there's four of us on foot coming across the yard. Start directions. 19's on the screen. Straight in, straight in. Keep it on. Go left, go left. Just come back, you passed it. One piece there's one block where you going. Into the woods, it's woods. You should be about 15 foot from it.
What's the child's first name?
Should be all over it, whatever it is right there. The two people walking the woods. It's a mannequin. Sorry, guys. Look just like a person from the air.
So I think someone was flying drone and they saw a person, but when they got to it, it was a mannequin. So it was the back end. I'm wondering whether it was up here somewhere. Like maybe there, like behind the tree line. I don't know where it was exactly, but it was back around here somewhere. And it was a mannequin. I'm assuming that somebody had put it like as a scarecrow, maybe. You know, if they planted some seeds. So they... I don't know. It's very strange. But yeah, it's a mannequin.
There's no 66. What's the name of the child that we're looking for?
First name is Sebastian.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
First name is Sebastian. Last clothing description was black sweatpants with a white stripe, black long sleeve t-shirt.
All right. So for those who said that Katie changed the description, she didn't. Right there, this is early morning. This is before 9 a.m. And the first responding officers knew that the pants were black with white stripe. And it's the Amber Alert that just says black pants. Katie did not change the description. She didn't.
With a brand.
Nikki, how many drones do you all have up? One at the moment. I've got mine grounded so I can get Sartopo up. I'll be back in the air momentarily.
29 Central on scene. Put two out here with me.
And for has anybody been there since the initial? There's a whole bunch of people here now. Four in the mom. Can you help me listen to the radio on the north end until we wrap this up, please? Yes, sir. Brandon, you've got Hendersonville Mounted Patrol coming up there, and Joe's sending some more cars if we can start from the beginning, from the original house, and set up a new plan up there. Yeah, boy, that's what we're doing now, sir. Thank you.
$1 so neighbor advised.
Why would the mannequin have a heat signature? It probably didn't. It was probably just picking up a heat signature from, like, I don't know, some like an animal or something. So I don't think the mannequin had a heat signature. Susan, thank you for the $4.99. Good morning, 4 a.m. Woohoo! Thank you, thank you. The mannequin had been there for decades. Who knows? People put strange things in their yard. Probably just I thought it was funny to put a mannequin. Don't know whether it had clothes on. No idea.
That he's found the child under his son's car, which is across the street, 2 doors up.
So that's the neighbour who'd found Sebastian under his car. So it was across the street, 2 doors up. So it probably was this house here. So this is Sebastian's house. I'm not going to point Google at the house or else I'll get my video removed. So 2 doors up. So that's Sebastian's house there. So that one, I think it's that one. That's 2 doors up. Because that's almost across. And then that one. It could possibly be this one as well. But one of these houses had found Sebastian hiding under a car at one point. Doesn't say when, but it must have been fairly recent for them to remember it, obviously. So before 9 a.m., this is before 9 a.m., officers were on the ground speaking to the neighbours. And one of the neighbours had told them that Sebastian wandered about and he'd found him hiding under one of his cars. Wonder why he was hiding. Autistic children often like to hide in small spaces. It's something quite characteristic of autistic people. Not all autistic people, but many autistic people like the feeling of being enclosed. So maybe he was upset about something and he liked to hide under stuff. So maybe it was a comfort thing. That's why the cops in the early days on the press conferences, they kept saying, could neighbours, could people in the neighbourhood, could people in the area check under vehicles, in crawl spaces, sheds, drainage ditches, anything like that on their property that was an enclosed space, please check. They were asking people to check twice a day because they knew very early on that Sebastian liked to hide in enclosed spaces. They knew that before 9 a.m. on the day he disappeared. They knew that within 2 hours of the 911 call. So they were specifically looking under stuff because they knew he liked to hide.
So be sure and search under cars and under things. Who do you want to go with this other canine search and rescue? I just talked to the GC, the construction bacteria is going to start getting the word out to all these crews that are out here working. Everybody, 94 to 1,000, so we can get a game plan and reconvene.
Oh, Margaret, can you? So 9 o'clock. So by 9 o'clock, they were gonna go back to the house and get a game plan. So this is where they start canvassing, like in a coordinated way. So within 2.5 hours, remember 911 call was about 6:30. Within 2.5 hours, they were formulating a game plan to get a bunch of people out canvassing the whole area.
You put a drone right over top of this trash can, this dumpster, if there's anything in it. 188. Van 184 is going to send you a picture. You send out a code red for 1008 Stafford.
Code red was sent out at 0745 this morning.
2-4. We will send that in good. Can we retry that, please?
10-4, will do.
188.
Go ahead, sir.
Can you come to 1008, please?
2-4.
12 to any units that are going to be assisting with 1008. Please come to 1008 Stafford Court now, please. Start at the beginning of Kelly Lane.
Okay, so this is where we start with named houses and them put it like going house to house, specifically asking people for cameras. So what I'm going to start doing, I'll show you this at the end. I'm not going to be able to show you this as we go through because I can't show the dispatch audio. I can't play this audio and have Google Earth Pro up at the same time because StreamYard doesn't allow me to share in that way. But at the end, I'm going to be putting all these onto my Google Earth as we go through. I'm going to be putting pins in all the houses that have cameras. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but we're going to do it really slowly, and then I'll show it you all at the end. So we're starting on Kellen Lane. So start at the beginning of Kellen 1000. So what I can do, I can't show you the pins that I'm going to be putting in till the end, but I can show you Google Maps as we start. So 1000 Kellen is down here. So they're starting right here. Can I get the numbers on this? Where's the numbers? Why is it not showing me the numbers? That's weird. Why is it not showing me the house numbers? That's really peculiar. I'm going to have to click on them all. That's Winton. I'll stop it. That might be 1,000. 1,003. Where's 1,000 Kellen? Is that it? Yeah, that's 1,000. Right, so we're starting here. We're starting here. I don't know why Google Maps isn't showing me house numbers. It usually does. Weird. All right, so we're starting on 1,000 Kellen.
1,000. We're going to work our way north of Kellen Lake. That's fine. I'll get these two houses right here, and we'll take the right side. The white Ford truck, that's the Hendersonville officer's house that's with me. No, that house hasn't been checked. The next house up from it, you'll see the white Ford in the driveway.
We log a neighborhood Facebook page. Post was made 1023. Check. No motion on camera.
Right, 1023. No motion on camera. So 1023 is right up here. They do get better coordinated as we begin. As we get, that's 29. Oh, stop. If you double click, it goes down. That's 1025. That'll be 1023. So that one, right, I can put that on my Google as a pin. Bear with me. All right, so which house is it? Oh, so annoying. 1025, right, so it's that one. So it's 1, 2, 3 down from the swimming pool. Got it. All right, so it's that one. Right, so I can put a pin there and call it cam. I did say this might be boring, but we got to do this. All right, so that one's got a pin in it. All right, cool. So I did a video on this. That there was on Hogan's Branch Road, which is quite a bit north of Stafford, that somebody had called in saying that they'd seen a kid with a bag around his head, which was bizarre. But they did clear that person. So God knows what was going on, but it wasn't Sebastian. But I did a video about it. When I first heard this dispatch audio, I was like, what on earth? What on earth is that? But apparently it was cleared. So 139 Willow Bend has a camera. I bet you it's not on here. I can't put the houses on Willow Bend on because Willow Bend is did you hear that? I don't know whether you heard that.
Caller calling that was in the news stating she saw someone that made the description on Hogan's Branch. Male with sandy blonde hair, with a bag wrapped around his head. Chest stated he had on a reflective jacket. Approximately 2 hours ago.
So that's the tip that was cleared.
30 command. 139 Willow Bend has a camera, but nobody's answering the door.
So Willow Bend has a camera. What was it? 120 what?
Jacket. Approximately 2 hours ago.
30 command. 139 Willow Bend has a camera.
139 Willow Bend. See, the trouble is these houses That's 130. 138. Maybe that one. Oh, these have numbers. 133. 139. There we go. Right, so that has a camera, but no one answered the door. Presumably, they went back to all the houses that have cameras that weren't in, because this obviously was a Monday morning, so most people would have been at work, wouldn't they? Most people would have been at work. So I'm assuming that they went back in the the days following. Renee, thank you for the 199. That's very kind of you. Thank you. I did a video on that as well. That I wondered whether he was heading north to go back to White House High School, which is a few miles to the north, because he has ties to White House High School, which is right the way up here. It's out of the search area. White House is right up here. It's about 8 miles by road, but I think it's, it'd be less going through the woods. And I speculated on he's heading north because he wants to go to school at White House. He doesn't want to go to school at Beach. And he may think that if he just turns up at White House High School, they'll just let him in and there'll be no problem. So that was just a speculation I had when I heard that dispatch, that he has ties to White House High School. But they did inform the people at White House, like the PD at White House, and I assume that they also contacted the school, to let them know if a kid turns up, because he's being looked for. But obviously nothing came of that. Obviously he didn't make it. So if he was trying to head to White House High School, he didn't make it. So, okay, back here. All right. Elizabeth, thanks for joining. Welcome to the Secret Agents Club. Thank you.
10-4. 10-4, that was the cameras, correct?
It's 10-4. Nobody's answering. Nobody's home. Reference that address. Please run a registration check on testing tab. Tennessee.
So we don't know.
2012 BMW, 750 black and color, registered.
We don't know what this relates to because it's been muted out.
At that address.
We don't know what.
Confirm NSR.
Correct. When you can't see it, you can find any information. See if we can look up on a phone number or something. We would appreciate it.
Command units that are at Stafford Court. When you check a residence, please give me the numeric and unit numbers that have checked it and whether or not you made contact with anybody.
Okay, so that was at 9:50 dispatch. So we're now 3 hours into the search. Dispatch were coordinating all the houses that have been checked. Like they want the address of houses that have been checked and whether contact had been made. So 3 hours in, like that search had already started. They'd already started canvassing over an hour previous. But now dispatch wants this coordination so that they can map out, like I'm doing. They'll have a map with pins, map out every single house that's been checked and what was found at that house. Has the drama died down on the other channels, or is it still ongoing? I don't know. No idea. I was listening last night. I didn't look at anything Sebastian related. I watched a long live stream by Criminality on the Karen Reid trial. So that was like, well, I had it on 1.5. So it's probably like 3 hours. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on other channels. I just had my full quarter of drama. I couldn't listen to anything else. It was just, yeah, exactly. I had to pull away from the circus. It was hideous. Yes, me too. Me too. I just felt, no, I want a whole night where I'm not listening to anything to do with all this Sebastian drama. So I don't know. I don't know what's gone on in the last 24 hours in relation to the drama. No idea. No idea. You just can't believe Katie. I can't see it. I can't see it, Mike. I just can't see it. Drama's still going strong. Oh, dear. All right. Well, this is a safe haven. My channel is a safe haven. And I bet you any money I get a fraction, a small fraction of the views on this 100% factual live stream than the drama channels get. The money, I'm sad to say, is in drama. I forgot to put my banner on. There we go. The money is in drama, and that's why people do it. It's all about payday. But honestly, I can't. I just can't. I can't lower myself to it. I've got no interest in it. All right, so we're going through now. Made contact with 1000 Kellen. So you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm going to put a pin in 1000 Kellen. Boom. Because they've got a camera, I think. And they're a key location. Because they're right on the corner. 1000 Kellen is this one here. Oh no, that's 1004. Where's 1000? 1002. That must be 1000 Kellen. It must be. Anyway, it must be 1000 Kellen. Hold on, I know what I can do. I can search for it. Oops. Yeah, it is. It's 1004 on the map, but that is 1000 Kellen. That's weird.
In contact with 1000 Kellen Lane. He checked all the cameras. Nothing was on.
Okay, so I had a camera, nothing on it. Now, that's a key location right on that corner. So it's going to catch cars, presumably, coming by here. Something else that's important to look at in terms of Sebastian being missed on all cameras, it's important to listen to what kind of camera they've got. Now, in some of this dispatch, they specifically say ring camera. So we know that a ring camera only has a detection kind of distance of about 30 feet. So if your driveway is longer than 30 feet, then if you're walking down the road, the ring camera is not going to be activated. Now, there's other surveillance cameras that obviously have a larger detection and can see way further than 30 feet. But when we look at these driveways, they're pretty long driveways. They don't look it on the map, but they are. So I'm going to be measuring the driveways again. Now, I've done videos measuring driveways. I've done all of this. Everything that you're seeing in this live stream, I've done before. But putting it together all in one live stream, I think is important because people are just missing this factual information. They're just missing it all. And it's important. They've got so much information out there that people could be drawing on to theorize about.
No answer at 102 or 103 Kellen Lane. 105.
Okay, so 102, 103, no answer.
Answer, hasn't seen it. Nothing on the ring doorbell.
Okay, so 105, nothing on the ring doorbell. So 105 is this one. This one right here. Nothing on the Ring doorbell. But where is the door? At 105. Can't see for that tree. Can we move around here? So it's right set back off the road. I can measure that on Google Earth. So it's the second one from that street there. All right, so I can't show you this or else I'll have to change the entire way that I do things, but I'm gonna measure in feet. So from the door to the street, 1005, it's 89 feet. So there's no way a Ring doorbell would pick that up. So this house here, this driveway to the door is 89 feet. So if you were walking along Kellen here, your Ring doorbell wouldn't be activated. But he didn't go that way anyway. Oh, actually, yeah, that wouldn't have picked him up anyway, 105. But I'm going to put that on my map here. Hold on. Oops. No, I don't want to measure that. Go away. Why does it not save my pins? Why does it not save my pins? That's very annoying. Let's put my pins in again. So 139. Cam. Boom. Then we've got 1000 Kellen. Camera. Cam. Looks weird. It's not saved my dog track either. That's weird. All right, 105. Cam. Okay. Right, save my pins now. Bizarre. Okay, so that's 105 done.
2-4, you saying 102, is it 1002?
1002, I'm sorry.
Did you ask if he had a white purple hoodie?
I don't have to answer now, but find out if he owns a white purple hoodie with honeysuckle on it.
Can I ask?
Mom doesn't advise us to call them.
Yeah.
They were at Dragon Square last night, just bowling. Do you have a unit go there? Make sure that he hasn't returned there.
1015.
Okay, so they went to the bowling alley to see whether he'd gone back there. And then it's just about to say 1015 has a ring cameras, but didn't pick anything up. So 1015 is up here. Which one is it? That's 13. So that's 15. All right. So that has a ring camera, but didn't pick anything up. So let me find that on. So potentially Sebastian went this way, even though this has not saved my dog track, annoyingly. I'm going to put my dog track in again. Why has it done this to me? They normally just save like. Okay. Let's put my dog track back in. And you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just putting the dog track in. I'll show it you all after. So dog went down there, down there, down there, up there. And then, whoa, that's a bit wavy. To the retention. Oh, I've done it wrong. Hold on, clear that. Okay. All right. You need a steady hand for this when you're doing a path. It's a bit awkward. So down there. Along there. And then to the retention pond. All right, that'll do. Okay, save. Save it this time. All right, dog track. Boom. All right, got that in again. All right, so 1015 camera. So it's that one. So that's a ring camera. So I'm going to measure. I know you can't see this, but I'm going to show you at the end, and I'm going to measure the driveway of 1015. So there's the door. This is just rough and ready. These measurements are sometimes not accurate, but it gives you a rough indication. So that's 73 feet from the door to the middle of the road. So that would be this one. This is 1015. So from the door to Kellen, that's 73 feet. Doesn't look it, does it? But it might be a foot longer. It might be a foot shorter. It's not entirely accurate, but it's good enough. They're going up Kellen. They're going up Kellen. So it's Kellen. But these houses, so all these houses here. So this is Stafford Court. So we went this way. So all of these houses potentially could have picked him up. But the ones that have ring cameras, they only have like a distance of about 30 feet to activate it. So you'd have to be partway up their driveway before their ring camera even activated. So it's not activating if you're just walking down the road. That's why it wasn't picked up on cameras. Now, some of the security cameras weren't ring. Some of them were, surveillance cameras. They would have had a wider reach. But with it being dark, there's no street lights. So even if the camera had activated some kind of motion, the chances are they're not going to be able to see him because he's dark and he's wearing black. So this is why he wasn't picked up on any cameras along Kellen. I don't think it's surprising at all when you think about it. Think about the length of the driveways, the type of cameras that are being discussed. It's not surprising he wasn't picked up on cameras.
Ring cameras, but didn't pick up anything. 517 Hendersonville is with me. 1,000 contact, haven't seen anything either, nothing on ring doorbell.
Oh, so that's 1,000. I'm assuming that's 1,000 Kellen. I've already got that one in.
1012 Kellen Lane through 20. Oh, 1012 go through the entire.
The lady at 1032.
So 1,012 through 20. So is he saying that they've all been checked? I'm not clear.
Kellen runs the neighborhood Facebook page, and she's updating it to request people to look in their crawl spaces and hidden areas.
See, they're specifically focusing on the contact that when they're speaking to all the neighbours about crawl spaces because he likes to hide. They know this. They've known this from ground zero that he likes to hide, that they were getting the information out. So the lady at 1032 Kellen runs the group Facebook page in the neighbourhood. She was posting about people checking their crawl spaces. Do you think cameras were taken down after the day in question? Probably not. I mean, we'd never know. We'd never know. Okay.
Four.
Hey, on at one time, everything's going line. Did y'all happen to check the crawl space? I will have to check my list, but
and the cops were going onto people's properties checking crawl spaces. The cops were just walking about checking crawl spaces. Like if they weren't in, the neighbours weren't in, they were there checking all the crawl spaces and looking under vehicles. It's one of the first things they did because it's because of that neighbour from 2 doors down on the other side of the road on Stafford saying that he found him one day hiding under his car. So it's perfectly logical for them to think, well, he's probably run off and he don't want to go to school or something, and he's hiding and he's in a crawl space or he's under a vehicle. So the cops were tramping about all over this neighbourhood looking in crawl spaces.
it wasn't locked from the outside. It was checked.
So if a crawl space wasn't locked from the outside, it's been checked. As they're walking along, that's what they're doing. Yeah, Chris can't comment on if there were cameras at the house or not. Yeah, I think they have cameras. I think there's a camera inside, and the cops have told them not to mention it. I think that's why they're being really cagey about it. Because on Nancy Grace, they said they don't have a camera. But I'm not sure I believe it. And then Chris says, I can't talk about it. I think they may have a camera on the inside. And they're following what the cops have told them to the letter, which is the right thing to do. If the cops tell them that they don't want certain details out, then please don't let the details out. Because if the cops lose faith in Chris and Katie, they're not going to tell them anything. Just like the cops have lost faith in Seth because he's a blabbermouth. So I think they may have a camera on the inside, and it's shown Sebastian going out on his own. And that would make total sense as to why the cops think he ran away. So I do. I think they've got a camera inside. Maybe they don't have one on the outside, but I think they've got one on the inside. No need to keep the cameras a secret. If the cops tell them not to release certain information, then no matter what we think, they shouldn't. Doesn't matter what we think. We don't know why cops wouldn't want them to release that information. I don't see why they couldn't release that information. But if the cops tell them not to, then I don't want them to. They do have cameras in the house. Confirmed it on a 3-hour conversation on Cluminati. I watched that. I've done 2 live streams showing some clips from Cluminati. But what he actually said was he can't talk about it. How could the dogs have gotten a specific scent to track at 7:50 if Katie was driving around at 7:45? You're referring to Max, who got the track. As I said, the later dogs definitely were scent specific. Max Now, some people are saying that Max did get a scent article. I'm not sure that they were coordinated enough at that time for Max to have a scent article. I think Max could possibly have been non-scent specific. But he still got the same track as the 3 dogs that did have a scent article. So I'm including Max. So 4 dogs. Max, the German Shepherd, a bloodhound, a blue tick coonhound, and then a dog several days later, breed I don't know, also followed the same track. What about a dash camera? We've not heard whether they've got any dash camera footage. They were appealing for it. How did Katie know Sebastian walked out of the door unless she saw him? Basic common sense, I would imagine, Linda, that he's not there. So therefore, he's gone out the house and the front door is the only door he could have got out of, because the other doors have keys. So the back door and the garage door, they know he didn't go out of. And also the dogs tracked him from the front door. Now the front door has got a keypad. So you go out of the door, shut the door behind you, and it automatically locks. And then you need to put your code in to reopen the door. So they know he didn't go out any windows because there was no disturbances around the windows. So logic will dictate that he went out the front door. That's how they know. And then if they've got a camera, like, I don't know, in the hallway or in the living room or something, then that camera may well have picked him up. And maybe the cop, I don't know why the cops wouldn't want them to tell us that, but just basic common sense that he went out the front door. All right, so we're at 7:05. So this is 10:18 Stafford. What they're going to tell us here. I'll just go back a minute.
Wasn't locked from the outside. It was checked. 1018 Stafford. They are reviewing their camera footage right now.
All right, so 118 Stafford. So there's a guy on Stafford. Oh, please hold. There's someone at my door. For God's sake. All right. Please hold. That puppy, that Springer puppy with the dock tail, she's having babies in 9 days. She's all grown up and she's having babies in 9 days. Does any of the members want to see puppy photos when they come? I bet you do. I'll put some photos in the members area when they arrive. They're due on the 30th. The next generation of working Springers are about to arrive in the world. Got lots of yeses for puppy photos. All right. So 1018 Stafford, checking the cameras.
I need some contact me
cameras checked? No, that's fine.
184, your low volume. I got cameras checked.
It will 1018. And I'll be out at St. John Missionary, 1085. Resident at 1028 Kellen Lane states that he just saw a kid with a black shirt, black shorts, had a phone in his hand coming across the construction. When he made contact with this gentleman, the subject went straight back to the woods at the top of Kellen Lane. I just talked to him. He's one helping.
All right, so there was a kid that they thought might be Sebastian, but he was actually out there helping them. So he was cleared.
Thank you. 12 units, when you're done with your assignment, please come back to 1008 Stafford. 2023, 24, 18, and 16 Stafford, laboring cameras.
All right, so that's quite a few. Hold on.
Done with your assignment, please come back to 1008 Stafford. 2023, 24, 18, and 16.
All right, so they're all on Stafford. So 18, 16, 23, and 24. So let's find them. My short-term memory is shocking. So 123. So that's 18, 16. Right. 18, 16, 23, and 24. That's 22. It's 24. It's 23 will be on this side, will it? Right. So those two, and then those two have got cameras. So he didn't go that way, but I'm going to put them on my map anyway. Please hold while I go to it. I'll show you all this at the end. So we don't need to measure those driveways because he didn't go that way. But it's good that they were cleared anyway. All right, so boop, boop, boop. Okay, cool. And then we've got 18 and 16. So that's 10, 12, 16. No, they didn't say what kind of cam, did they? But it doesn't matter because he didn't go that way. I mean, I suppose he could have come back. I suppose he could have been wandering about and come back, but okay. I'm sorry.
Stafford, laboring cameras, nothing to control. Operations have started at Willow Bend Drive, St. John Drive, just to clear all the way along. And then dumpsters and both police buses have been cleared also. They're making that.
10-4, are you going back to Stafford Court?
Still on search, but general area. 1026, Kellen Lane, no contact. 1028, made contact, nothing on their camera. And 1030, contact, nothing on their camera.
All right, so we're back to Kellen Lane. So 28 and 30, no contact on their cameras. That'll be 32. So it would be those two. So we did go that way. So I'm going to measure their driveways as well. So 1028 and 1030. So they're next to the one with the round pool. Okay. Again, you don't see it. You're not going to be able to see me putting the pins in, but I'll show you at the end. So it better save all these pins that I'm putting in. I'll be mad if it doesn't. All right, so I'm going to measure these two driveways. It doesn't say what kind of camera, but still. So in feet, approximately 52 feet on 1030, just to the end of the house. You're looking at 52, 53 feet. And then on 28, you're looking at like 49 feet. That's not even to the door. That's just to the end of the house. So these two. Right. I think the door's all the way around there. So just to the end of this house here, it's like 50 odd feet. So it's even further to the actual door. So it depends where the cameras are, but if they're Ring cameras, there's no way that they're going to pick him up going along here, and he did go this way, so they're just too far away. They're too far away, it's dark, and he's wearing black. So very unlikely for a surveillance camera to pick him up.
And nothing in the treehouse behind the house.
24.
68, man. All houses on Kellen Lane have been checked. Right, those woods on that side of
It says all houses on Kellen Lane have been checked. Well, I think that's referring to, like, they've walked along, checked in people's yards, crawl spaces that weren't locked. They've probably even gone round and looked in pools, because some of these have swimming pools. So they were just literally walking along. And then the ones that they made contact with, they were, able to confirm that there was nothing on their cameras. So they did a lot. And this is before 11. We're only on 10:39, and all the houses on Kellen have been checked.
Blowhole, we've been unable to fly to due to the distance with the drones. So those big woods that's south of the house, we haven't been able to hit. Just all the properties on Vandywood Court have been checked. We're starting on Honeysuckle now.
So Vandywood. So again, this will be not necessarily making contact with all the homeowners, but where's Vandywood? That's Honeysuckle. Is that Vandywood? I don't know, but they were starting on Honeysuckle, which is this one here. So they're literally, because most of these houses are open plan, so the cops are just walking around. They're just walking around, looking in yards, looking in tree houses, looking in pools, looking in trees, and they didn't find him. He wasn't there. Thank you, Susan, for the $4.99. Thank you. On PG last night, she had a video of R telling everyone not related to the case to F off. On PG, is that Prayer Garden? A video of R. Who's R? Susan, who's R? Oh, the stepfather. So you mean Chris? She had a video of Chris telling everyone not related to the case to F off. I don't blame him. I'd be at that point. My Ring camera scans a long way, but only records when motion is detected. More likely records closer motion. Yeah, I looked on the Ring camera website and it said 30 feet. I don't have a Ring camera personally. There may well be models that will detect further than 30 feet, but it's difficult. It's not going to detect motion if there's no lights and a person's just walking by on the road wearing black. So there's that.
Yeah, that's 3293 Long Hollow Pike. I'll be on the creek and checking that cave behind the house.
I'm almost.
So 1033 Long Hollow Pike has got a cave behind the house. 1033 Long Hollow Pike. Where's that? Good stuff. Like what? That's not right. You take me in completely the opposite. Where have you taken me? That's way down. Right, Stafford Court's there. I'll listen to that again.
Behind the house.
I'm on the check. We're starting on honeysuckle now.
Yeah, that's 3293.
Oh, 3293. I was going to say, my short-term memory is awful. 3293. All right. 3293 Long Hollow Pike. Okay, got you. So it's this house right here. Right set back. That's got a cave behind the house. How cool would that be to have your own personal cave? So they must own these woods here. How cool is that?
Long Hollow Pike. I'll be on the creek and checking that cave behind the house.
I'm almost back to the house. Meet my partner.
I crawled back into the cave as far as I could go before it got muddy. No footprints, and it's collapsed only in about 10 feet.
Okay, so it's a collapsed cave. Isn't that the main road? Yes, it is. It's a collapsed cave that can only go in about 10 feet. This is why I think it's quite possible, way possible than some of these way out theories, that Sebastian had gone into the woods, encountered a cave, and how cool would that be as a teenager, right? We don't have any caves around here. We have some tunnels, which are cool, but we've no caves around here. If I was 15 and there was caves in my area, I'd be all in them. I'd be in them. I'd love them. I'd make it my own private den. I'd probably put like caveman pictures on the walls and stuff, right? I would have loved that. What if Sebastian has found a cave, and we know there's a cave on a property very close to his house? So there's caves in the area. And we know from law enforcement that they checked a bunch of caves, but they couldn't check them all because some of them were too dangerous to allow the searchers in. What if Sebastian had found a cave and it had collapsed? What if he's there? Could a cadaver dog detect through a collapsed cave? Yes. As long as it depends on the dog. Maybe some dogs can detect 15, 20 feet through rubble, like concrete and stuff like that. But it depends how far in the cave is and how close the dog can actually get safely. Like if he'd gone in, let's say 30 feet, and then it had collapsed, that dog may not be able to detect. Some dogs, there's stories of like wild finds by dogs, like really wild, like how brilliant they've been in detecting like remains way underground, but it's not usual. It's not usual. Old mines as well, yeah, old mines. There's no way a cadaver dog would be able to, stop at the mouth of an old mine and detect all the way down. There's no way. But this house here, I mean, look how close it is to Sebastian's house. So that's Sebastian's house right there. That's Sebastian's house. So there's a cave literally down the road from his house. So how many caves are going to be in these woods? I bet there's loads. You think that scent will be channeled through a cave? It depends on the amount of rubble. If he'd been exploring a cave and gone right the way in, and it went back quite a few feet, and then it collapsed, and there was a like feet and feet of rubble, there's no way a dog would detect. So they checked caves early in the morning, went missing. Well, this one cave was checked, but they could only get in 10 feet because it was collapsed. So they didn't check the entire cave, but the chances are he didn't go this way, or else Max would have, and the other dogs would have tracked him back, and he may not know about a cave all the way over on the other side of the road on someone's land. He may do. I don't know. I don't know how far he wandered. But what I'm saying is, if there's a cave here, then you better believe that there's also going to be caves in these woods, which is the direction he was heading in. So, and they couldn't check them all. Now, in the first 8 days, they did a 5-mile radius, including all the caves that they could find that could be searched safely. But there were some caves that could not be searched because it was too dangerous. I have said all along that I believe he's in the woods. I have. I really have. Because of the totality of the evidence. The totality of the evidence leading me there to the woods, and the complete lack of evidence leading me away. Because I consider all potential pieces of information. So if there was plenty of information that led me away from the woods, then I'd have a dual theory. I'd be like, well, he could be in the woods, or we've also got this evidence, which suggests he's not. But actually, at this moment in time, I have zero, zilch, nada evidence away from the woods. All the evidence we have leads to the woods, to the north. I've said it for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. That's where they should be searching. And it will only be when the entire woods have been checked, the entire woods, all the way up to White House, have been checked. And I know that the initial searches included some of that woods, but not all of it. And I want it all double checked. That's just me, though. What do I know? I'm 4,000 miles away. I can only say what I see. So they're going to start driving around. So there's some of the troopers, so they'll be from State Police, are going to start doing a drive round, just in case he's wandering along a road somewhere. So I don't know where they went. Can't share. Oh, dear. All right. You only missed about 30 seconds.
Yeah, correct.
Sounds good. Trooper Grinder has himself and a few troopers. They're going to hit the roads outside of our immediate vicinity and just look for him walking down the roadway somewhere.
So the troopers are on the ground. So this is 11, just after 11. They're going to do a drive around. So these are the troopers. So we've got cops from Sumner County and the EMA people all in the neighborhoods, all over the neighborhoods. And now we've got troopers who are going to be driving around outside of the immediate vicinity. So look how much they covered in just a handful of hours. Look how much they did. People who say that the cops are not doing enough need to actually look at the facts. This is just in the first 4 hours. We've got all of that information.
3301 Long Hollow Pike has been cleared. Stone House, several outbuildings have been cleared. They're unlocked if anyone else wants to look.
All right, so another one of the houses on Long Hollow Pike. They've been tramping about in the yard, looking at outbuildings.
I just sent you the endangered poster. If you can put that on our social media, please. 12 to 188.
Please.
Did y'all check inside each one of those buses behind TW Hunter?
10-4, so we check them all.
All right, so they've been around the school. So there's a middle school that's just behind Sebastian's school. Hold on, where am I here? TW Hunter, middle school. So there's buses and stuff. Must be them, maybe. But so they've been walking around the school. So they'd have walked all around Beach High School. They walked all around here. Now, remember, schools would have been in session. Schools would have been there. So presumably they've been in the schools talking to, the staff. And I don't know how many of like the teachers and stuff like that would have helped, like search their buildings, because he may have crept in a building at the school and be hiding there. So you've got all of that kind of buildings potential. But the cops have been around the grounds and started to clear that area as well.
Okay, well, we're about the 3 closest to the building. Will you ask Transfer to respond to the area of National Pike and Carrying Road? There's a juvenile in that area wearing black pants and a red T-shirt. I'm shaking back and forth like he had autism. That was just reported to us. Outside of Long Hollow.
Okay, so they're going to go and check out somebody who is shaking like autism. I don't know what this guy knows about autism, but I don't think it really involves shaking, but I don't know. But they have a report. So there's people ringing stuff in, which is good.
So from Kellen Lane to Center Point has been checked. Can you check the field houses that are up on top of the hill by the practice field back behind TW Hunter? I don't see that anybody has tracked through there on foot.
So remember, they were also using technology to record where they've been walking. If you remember, Nick Berris did a news report a while ago. I've probably got screenshots from it, but I can't be arsed locating them at this point. But they had this big map, all in different colours. And this is where everybody's like walked. They'll have colours for ground, they'll have colours for air, they've colour for dogs. And it was just a sea of colours where they covered in the first 8 days. So they're going behind TW Hunter, looking at buildings. Could be them, maybe. So they're actually looking at where's been checked and where hasn't. So again, we're only at 11 o'clock. We're only in the 11 o'clock hour. So we've got quite a ways away. There's a construction site. And all of this. And then there's houses on this side of Long Hollow, which have also been checked. So there's a whole bunch of people there on the ground. Whole bunch of them.
Simple. The barn and my sorting location's clear. Residents in barn at 3221 Long Hollow Pike is clear. And from my starting location to Shackle Island, I've walked the entire creek bed and then up here is clear. Myself and 182 have been behind TW Hunter, all the way behind Beach, football field and baseball field, up in the fields, checking tree lines all the way to the cemetery, behind Beach County Presbyterian. We're still here so far, clear.
So far clear. So from TW Hunter, all these fields, the baseball field, football field, back to the cemetery. The cemetery's here. You can see the gravestones, look. So they've covered all of that. Walking it. All of that appears to be clear. So they'll be looking for things like that could have been dropped, like his glasses. Or, you know, I don't think he had anything else with him that could have like fallen off, really. You know, like let's say if he was running, you know, his glasses might fall off, but he didn't really have much else with him. But they didn't know that at the time. You know, he could have taken some stuff with him that they didn't know about at the time, that Katie hadn't realised he'd taken. So they're looking for evidence, looking for items that he might have dropped.
You know, something 182. We've not made ourselves around to the front of the schools inside the school yet. We're still in the back. Very well, we get a long haul flight. 3 is.
Go ahead, 3.
Check at 3220.
So 3220 Long Hollow Pike. I'm 3220. I'm curious about what bus they're talking about. So these guys have got a bus. So it's right on the kind of far side. They've got a bus, but they've all been checked. So literally all this ground in the immediate vicinity, they've got people walking all through it. But of course, just because they checked it once doesn't mean to say that Sebastian may have doubled back on himself and be wandering about in a place where they'd already checked. That's why they wanted people in the area, and I'm assuming they still do, wanted people to check their entire properties morning and night, just in case he was wandering about, hiding under stuff. But they claimed they were made to stop searching for personal safety. No, I've never heard that. Oh, the only time I've heard them having to stop searching for personal safety was for the caves. There were some caves that they couldn't check. Trespassers shot on private property. I've never heard that, Ali. I mean, if somebody was shooting at the cops because they were searching their yard, well, I'm sure we'd have heard of that in the news. I don't believe that that's happened. If you live in the woods, birds will come up to your deck at night and stand up to your window. Coyotes come up to you. Yeah. I wish we had birds in this country. I love birds. They're cool. But they were hunted into existence years ago, unfortunately. I think due to the lack of transparency in the case and others making life difficult for searchers. In the early days, there was complete transparency. The first few press conferences were very clear on what they were doing, and I think the reason why we believe there's lack of transparency now is because we're not getting any new information. And it's probably because there isn't any new information. And the thing about searches being stopped for personal safety reasons, yes, some of the independent searchers have been threatened. We've had several accounts, different people saying that there's been threats made. Now, that's not including law enforcement, though. Law enforcement have never been threatened. They've never been stopped searching. People who they've, contacted to search the properties, they've been very open. They've had a lot of support from the local community. So anyway, we're getting up to 11:38 now. So we've got a Willow Bend Drive coming up.
You and your partner stop at Willow Bend and go house to house up Willow Bend. Check all those, please.
Okay, so they've gone. So they've checked Kellen. They've checked Stafford. They've checked Honeysuckle. They've had people walking along Long Hollow. So they've checked a cave. They've checked outbuildings. They've had people going from the back. So they're working from the back to the front. And now they've headed back to Willow Bend. So some of them seem to have probably gone like right round in a circle, maybe, and then they're coming to check here.
People were driven through it. It doesn't look like they were house to house. Yeah, well, every house on Honeysuckle has been checked. People that answered the door have only seen the trash man this morning, nothing else.
So Honeysuckle haven't seen anything except the trash truck. Now, he didn't go that way, so that makes sense. That Honeysuckle is to the left of Stafford Court. He went to the right.
The White House and Red Barn adjacent to DW owner 2105 New Hope is clear.
New Hope Road, that's way up. That's way up here. New Hope Road's right up here. Oh, no, that's Hogan's Branch. New Hope's here, sorry. This is New Hope. So they're going up here. So presumably it'll be these first few houses that they've cleared. Probably that one. Okay, cool.
3417 THP has joined in with myself and 517 on roll van to check out. The big holding pond has been cleared by Hendersonville Fire. They're going to rehab at Shackle Island for a bit, then go to the one over by the cemetery.
All right, so there's a pond near the fire station, which is down here. So that church, they mentioned that church earlier, that was cleared. So they've got the fire people, is that down here? They're going to go back and do this pond. I'm losing my way. Near the cemetery. So there's a pond at the cemetery, that one. Going to go and do that. They've not done that yet. You didn't see that, did you? Dear me. So St. John's Church, they checked all that ages ago. There's the fire station, which is here. Apparently there's a pond somewhere in there. They're going to go and check this pond, which they haven't checked yet. This one at the cemetery. Where is it? I've lost it. Lost the pond at the cemetery. There. That's the pond at the cemetery.
Field houses behind the beach, soccer field's been searched. We're going to head over to the side field house across the street from the fire hall. 106, 108, 110, 112, Willowbrook, all check, no contact with any homeowners.
I think he means Willow Bend, but they didn't have any contact with them anyway.
And none of these houses have crawl spaces. Beach football complex. Were y'all still searching that area? Yes, sir. Made contact with a realtor at 114. Hasn't seen him, and all the rooms have been cleared. 116 made contact with that homeowner. He said he has seen that child walking in the neighborhood in past times, but not recently.
So that's very important. That is very important. Let's listen to that again.
Were y'all still searching that area? Yes, sir. Made contact with a realtor at 114. Hasn't seen him, and all the rooms have been cleared.
Okay, so some of those houses that are here were partially built. Like on the map, you only see like a handful that are built, but there's a lot more. All these houses are built now, but there were still some that are under construction. So they've been in contact with a realtor. Presumably that'll be a house that's for sale, and that's been cleared. So they've been able to go in and check that he wasn't in one of the empty houses. And listen to this that comes next.
116 made contact with that homeowner. He said he has seen that child walking in the neighborhood in past times, but not recently.
So 116 Willow Bend. 116 Willow Bend. I'm thinking it would be 1016 Willow Bend. Willow Park Circle, that'll be the one. No way. That's way over. No, that can't be it. That's too far south. So it's going to be Willow Bend. I think you just got that wrong. Willow Bend Drive, Hendersonville. Here we go. So this house, 116. Oh, they are 116. All right, okay. 116. This house right here, this is the neighbour that has seen Sebastian wandering about in past times. Hadn't seen him today, but in past times had seen him wandering about. Look how close that is to the construction site. Sebastian was playing in that construction site. I bet you any money Sebastian liked that construction site. Bear in mind that, you know, this is no longer construction and it's this area. It's this area that is now construction. And this neighbour here has seen Sebastian wandering about in the neighbourhood. I bet you any money he's been playing in the construction site when the workers have left, like playing on any machinery and stuff that they've left. I bet you any money that's what he's been doing. And that's why 4 dogs tracked him to that very spot. Okay, that's going to go in the map as an important signpost. Okay. So which house is it? 116. That one. Seen Sebastian wandering. Also, there's that one at Stafford. See, we don't know which house on Stafford saw him wandering. Saw him under a car, so I'm just going to pick a house. I'll put it in between these two. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'll show you at the end. All right. Seen Sebastian hiding under a car. Right. So that's previous, not that day. So past times, but not recently. Michelle is dead. What are you talking about? Have you seen this bullcrap Tony has let out now? He has a recording of a supposed LE saying that Sebastian was driven away by an unknown person in an unknown vehicle. Where's that at? I'll play it. Where's that at? Whose recording is it? Do you have any info on the federal land that was searches were kicked off of? Yeah, the dog hit that happened when JLR was filming was it. The dog was correct. There had been a dead person there, but it was a dead homeless person who'd been like died and had been, you know, taken away some time ago. But obviously the juices, sorry to be graphic, but you know, the decomp will have soaked into the ground. So the dog picked up on that. So Sebastian wasn't there. No, not Old Scent, Broken Gothdoll. No, I don't think it was Old Scent. Simply because the majority of that track that those 4 dogs did was on a road, was on an artificial surface. And bear in mind what I've said about scent on artificial surfaces like roads, concrete, tarmac, that kind of thing. It only lasts a matter of hours before it becomes really unreliable, because scent doesn't bed in to concrete, it blows all over the place, unlike natural surfaces, which can hold scent for days. So no, this wasn't an old scent. This was hours old, not an old scent. I do think he went there on the day he disappeared. Yes, Spanish Angel. I do. I honestly do. Unless someone can show me credible evidence otherwise. Everything is leading me to the construction site and then north into the woods. There's nothing that's leading me away at this moment in time. But whoever it was that said Tony's got this recording, if you can let me know where, I'll play it. If you can, like, tell me a channel or a link or whatever. So it now, Jay's channel and Pant are apparently still in Seth's car. I don't know what that means. So you think the construction site scent is from the day and night he went missing? Yes, a very strong lead, Broken Gothel. It's what I've been saying for weeks, and people just ignore it. People ignore it. Please share my videos. Please mention, you know, even if you don't want to share my videos, if you can share this from Jessica Danielle, and every creator who's covering Sebastian should be playing and analysing this dispatch audio. She's only had 9.2k views in a month. And look at some channels get 9.2k people, like literally in their live stream. It doesn't take them a month to accrue 9.2k views. They get it in one live stream. So people are not looking at the right things. People are concentrating on the nonsense, the drama, the people ringing in with insane hoaxes. They're not looking at the facts that law enforcement themselves have put out. And there are a lot of facts. There's pants that are Sebastian's in Seth's car. Well, so what? Jay's channel, TM channel, Jay's for Justice. Michelle is right. Thank you, Holly. All right, I'll look up Jay's for Justice. All right. Where am I looking? What was life like at home for Sebastian? Oh, this. Okay. All right. So this is Jay's for Justice. I'm going to throw the link into the chat here. So credit to Jay's for Justice. There's probably on other channels that has got this as well. It looks like these are they look like the shorts that have been recorded from probably TikTok. But let's listen. Yeah. Oh, not him again. I know. It's crazy. Why can I not hear?
I'm getting in an unknown vehicle. Well, my question would be, if they knew he got in an unknown vehicle, why would they not know what type of vehicle it is?
Well, I don't know the answer to that, but I know the recording is very clear. It's Deputy Skaggs, and he says clearly that it is an abduction in an unknown vehicle. And I'll tell you, that just absolutely got my attention.
Wouldn't I mean, wouldn't it have to be like an eyewitness, video footage?
That's kind of my whole point. I mean, absolutely. I mean, I don't think that now there is a component to Amber Alerts. My understanding is that if it's a special needs child, I mean, potentially an autistic child, that maybe they would still issue an Amber Alert for a runaway, but that's not what they said. What they said was it was an abduction in an unknown vehicle.
Earlier about the Amber Alert.
Where did they say? Where did the cops say that it was an abduction in an unknown vehicle? Where did the cops say that? Where is there a recording of that information? Hold on. Right. Evidence held in Seth's truck. Huh? Why is Sebastian's dad carrying around evidence? Tony saw people carrying guns at Sebastian vigil. Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm sorry, guys. This is the same nonsense as has come out from that man's mouth before. That he was seen on the 26th. False. He was texting his maternal grandma. False. It was fake. Do you think?
Alert of him getting in an unknown vehicle. Well, my question would be, if they knew he got in an unknown vehicle, why would they not know what type of vehicle it is?
Well, I don't know the answer to that, but I know the recording is very clear. It's Deputy Skaggs, and he says clearly that it is an abduction in an unknown vehicle.
So Deputy Skaggs. Has anybody heard of Deputy Skaggs? Deputy Skaggs, anyone? Anyone heard a recording from Deputy Skaggs? Nonsense. I'm going to call BS on that, unless we can have the recording from Deputy Skaggs and we can confirm that Deputy Skaggs is the actual person talking on that recording. Otherwise, didn't happen, and it's probably one of Tik Tok Tony's phony tips. All right. Well, I'll go another 15 minutes. We may not get right to the end of this, but go another 15 minutes, and then I've got to go and get something to eat so that I can sit down on the hour and not be late for the Karen Reid trial.
The main field house next to the freshman annex has been completely searched. All clear. It's got beach softball, beach football. It's the one next to the beach going church between it and the freshman annex. It's the main football complex.
Me and Marshals back here in the back.
So the US Marshals are on scene now. So they've got state troopers, they've got the highways people, and now they've got the US Marshals. So imagine the amount of people in that small area combing it.
Got a cemetery back here.
No contact with anyone, and his truck is not here either.
So I think the lady's here trying to get in her driveway in your cars, and is the key there by chance?
It is, but it's locked.
Okay. Yeah, she's trying to get in the driveway.
Go ahead.
We haven't had a process.
Call came in at 6:33 this morning.
So that was when the 911 call was, 6:33. So that's it to the minute. The call came in at 6:33.
Great, thank you. You may do this, man. We just put another can on the ground at the house. See if we pick up anything.
Hold on, another dog at the house. Where was that? So they were getting other search dogs out from the house. So these would have been the bloodhound and the blue tick who got a scent from the house. Now, they wouldn't have run those dogs together. They'll run all of the dogs separately with different handlers.
Call came in at 6:33 this morning.
Great, thank you. Anyway, man, we just put another canine on the ground at the house.
Just waiting on a canine on ground at the house, see if it picks up anything.
Did it pick up anything?
We are breaking off fuel gallons for fuel.
So now it's probably lunchtime because there's a jump. I mean, listen, they've got to eat. And there may be a shift change as well. I don't know. But there's a kind of a bit of break and it goes on throughout the afternoon.
Refuel.
The creek worsens to honeysuckle on Hollow in the bridge there, full and checked.
Marty, what's your location?
I'm looking by 109 in Thornton's right now. I just got a phone call. Kid matching that description, hiding under the bridge, lower station camp behind the market.
I don't know where that is, but a kid matching Sebastian's description, hiding under a bridge near the market. Now, I don't know exactly where that is.
En route, I'm close. Is we just somebody else on?
So we jump now to 4:15. Now, there may have been, well, I bet you any money there was lots going on that just, wasn't communicated to dispatch. Some of them would have been using their cell phones. There'd have been all sorts going on, right? But by 4:15 they fanned out and they're getting tips in and stuff.
The other side of their nursery to come down. She stated that he could be on that side.
446. What was the last thing that?
Just under the bridge. She stated that when she went down to turn around, he was gone.
446.
Did you talk to the client? She's still on the bridge.
Sure.
White female, black leggings, I believe. Blonde hair.
447, 446. You seen any tracks that way?
I'm taking the creek clover. See any track. 446 to 447. Hold your location, please.
I'm on foot now.
10-4. I know they've got the dog up there.
The helicopter's coming back.
I don't know what dog. They've got the dog up there. So I don't know whether that's up at the house. So that'd be 4:42. Because it's important to know when these dogs went out, what time it was. And then we can get a gauge of how good that track still would have been. So I don't know which dog they're talking about here, which is infuriating. The helicopter's been out and is coming back. Thank you, Tanya, for the 10 Australian dollars. That's very kind of you. Am I covering the Karen Reid trial? I'm watching the Karen Reid trial, but I'm not covering it. Like, I'm not streaming it. I talk about it. I mention it. I've got a few videos about it, but I'm not streaming it. No. I can't commit to streaming it, because it's nearly 2 o'clock my time. So it's like 9 o'clock by the time it finishes. I can't commit to it on a daily. I just like to sit and listen. Have you, Michelle, heard that? Have I heard what? I don't know what. He's wrong on Amber Alerts. He is. Actually, in some states, they are strict. That they need it to be like a confirmed abduction. That's why Michael Vaughan didn't get one in Idaho. But in Tennessee, if a child is in imminent danger of serious injury or death, they issue an Amber Alert, which is, in my opinion, the right thing to do. Yeah, thumbs up for the YouTube editor doing this. I know, it's amazing. Her channel is Jessica Danielle, and she's only got 9.2k views on this. And the amount of work that she's put into this, I'm going to share her link again. The link is in the chat already for replay viewers. I'm going to share a link again. It's yeah, amazing piece of work. Yeah, like she's even done like the subtitles and everything.
So you have 158 Upper Station. The resident says the ETA, approximately 5 minutes ago, somebody walked through that gate right below you.
There's somebody in black. Yeah.
There's a deputy at 158. I saw somebody in black on the tree line. I don't know if it's one of our guys.
Yeah, there's 2 law enforcement guys walking back here off the tree line. Let's go through there.
12 to 24. How long have they lived in that house?
A year.
Where were we at before?
Cambridge Farms, Gal. 449 Remington in Cambridge Farms.
White male, gray t-shirt, white pants. They didn't get to see his face, kind of shaggy blonde hair.
We'll be out at Lower Station, Scarlet, and Big Station with a white male juvenile with 4-wheeler in the creek.
Who checked out with the juvenile on Station Gal?
This is not going to be our missing juvenile. He's with his father in the creek.
I made contact with the male, the caller, and him and Trail called about. It's not our subject.
All right, so they did confirm that the sighting of the man, the young man under the bridge, was not Sebastian, and he was with his dad. And I assume that when they reached that man, that he was required to confirm his identity. So I'm sure they fully checked that out. So for legitimate tips regarding the disappearance or sighting of Sebastian Rogers, not tips that you see on TikTok, especially if they come from Phony Tony, credible tips, please call the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. Why is Seth associating with these people? I have got absolutely no idea. No idea why he's associating with these people. So the nonsense that is going around is this. This is on Jays for Justice's channel.
Earlier about the Alhambra.
This has been shared from TikTok. So presumably TikTok Tony has been back on TikTok spreading nonsense. So unless I can hear the exact call or recording, it's on Twitter, is it? So it's the Twitter Spaces, is it? Wherever it's from, right? Wherever it's from, wherever he's been chatting, I call BS. I call BS on it. So
Amber Alert of him getting in an unknown vehicle. Well, my question would be, if they knew he got in an unknown vehicle, why would they not know what type of vehicle it is?
Well, I don't know the answer to that, but I know the recording is very clear. It's Deputy Skaggs, and he says clearly that it is an abduction in an unknown vehicle. And I'll tell you, that just absolutely got my attention.
But no, I mean, whoever.
Right, Deputy Skaggs. Deputy Skaggs. I'm assuming it's going to be some county sheriff's office. Right. Deputy Skaggs. All right, Deputy Skaggs is on Twitter. What? Proud dad, deputy sheriff, and second generation law enforcement. Passed Haley's law. Coded Haley's act now. Blah, blah, blah. So this is the right guy. Deputy Skaggs. Posting Amber Alert success stories. All right, cool. Sumner County Sheriff's Office. Not seeing anything on the Sheriff's Office here. So, listen. I call BS. I call BS. Tony is as reliable as a Tesla. Look, if there'd been a report of Sebastian in an unknown vehicle, by now, wouldn't they have a little bit more information? And why would Deputy Skaggs be telling, like, who was he telling? Where's this recording? So, no, I'm going to call absolute 100% BS on this nonsense. Yeah, Kyle's just come in. He's been to the gym. So, if you want my summary of all of this, then I'm gonna stop machines. I've got to rechange it to entire screen. All right, so what I've been doing here is putting pins in to here. So there we go. I'm going to go and listen to it again because I'm sure I missed some. I think I missed some along here. But we've got cameras in key places. We've got cameras right up here where Sebastian would have walked. One here where Sebastian would have walked. But these are between 50 and 80 feet, like the driveway lengths. We've got 2 key points here. We know this house here, this house on the corner, this house has a camera. We know that has a camera. Hold on. That house definitely has a camera. We've seen it. You can actually see it on the side. I'm going to go through it again and put all my pins in because I think I missed them. I think what it's doing is not. I'm putting pins in and it's not recording them for some reason. I don't know why. So this is the dog track. So the key places for us would be this one. Actually, this one. Didn't see anything. This one, and this one. These 2 or 3 would be important if he went this way. And then these would have been important if he went this way. But he went this way. He went to the construction site. Why? Because a neighbour here at 116 Willow Bend saw him, not recently, but in past times, walking about in this neighbourhood. What is this neighbourhood? This neighbourhood is the construction site. He probably hadn't seen him recently because the construction's finished there now. So where would he have gone instead? He would have gone to the place where construction was still happening, which is here. And that's exactly where the dog's tracked. Tell me that is not, that, you know, the totality. Tell me that is not a solid lead. Tell me that is not more likely, given the totality of this evidence, than some of these wild theories about being abducted in unknown vehicles from some supposed recording of a supposed deputy. Nah, I'm sorry. You're going to have to find some solid evidence leading me away from this construction site. Where he went from here, I think he went north. However, it's possible. It's possible someone could have picked him up. It's possible someone could have picked him up and driven him away. It's possible. However, you're going to have to give me the evidence for it. You're going to have to give me the evidence for it. Otherwise, I think he went into these woods and was playing in the woods, playing. Maybe there wasn't any, anything of interest here. Maybe there wasn't any, of the large machinery at that time. Maybe he was bored playing there and he went into the woods and he got lost. And sadly, he perished. There you go. That's my summary based on 100% factual information. All from law enforcement. All of it. Every minute of that evidence that I've put together there is from law enforcement. So choose not to believe it because, it's too simple. Choose not to believe it because it's not salacious. Choose not to believe it because actually Katie and Chris and Seth have not committed any crime. Choose not to believe it for all of those reasons. But I'm telling you, that's way more likely. And I've had about the best views. I had about 800 people in earlier. It's gone down a bit now. I would have had triple that, quadruple that, if I wanted to entertain the drama. I do not get views on these factual videos and live streams because people don't want to know. But I'm going to keep on banging on about it because this is the actual case. This is the facts we know about this case. So with that, it's almost 2 p.m. my time, 9 a.m. Eastern. So I'm going to go now, get something to eat. Then I can sit down and listen to Jennifer McCabe being cross-examined. That's going to be fireworks. Fireworks. Can I show you the pins? I've already shown you. Did you not see them? Did you not see them before? Did they not show before? So this neighbour saw Sebastian wandering about in the neighbourhood here. That'll be when the construction was on. I bet Sebastian's moving here now because that's where the construction is. So this neighbour isn't seeing him. So cameras on Stafford, cameras on Kellen. There are some more cameras on Kellen. There definitely are. I don't think the pin's saved. Those woods were all searched. They were, but they were looking for a living person. So go back and listen to the information that I've provided in several videos about the differences between searching for a living person and searching for a deceased person. So go back. That's your homework. Because I've got all of that information. I've got all the information that I've provided here in previous videos. But hopefully this has been useful for those of you that have actually stayed and listened, rather than going sitting listening to BS. But I'm going to add some more things to it. So I've got the 5 mile radius in. Okay, there. I've got the dog track in. I've got the pins in. They didn't give us numbers. They didn't give us numbers for honeysuckle, but all of honeysuckle, all that has been checked with by midday on the 26th. All that has been cleared. All that was cleared. All that was cleared. And then a bunch of houses along here were cleared. A cave belonging to, which house was it? This house was cleared. The fire station pond was cleared. They'd done the cemetery all before midday on the 26th of February. And then the state troopers started to arrive. The US Marshals started to arrive. The highway patrol people started to arrive. And they were all extra boots on the ground. Some of them driving, some of them, coordinating stuff. So it must have been pretty spectacular to watch it, like all unfolding on that day. Terrifying, but a lot of work's gone into it. And that is all recorded on the dispatch. And that'll only be, what's on that dispatch will only be a fraction of what was actually done. Because, some officers are communicating by phone. Some officers are just going out, just like working, and they'll record it. It's just recording on their GPS. They don't need to speak to anyone. So what we've got on that 20 minutes of recording there is just a fraction of what was done on that one day. So they did a lot. They did a lot. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to go now. So thank you all. Thank you, Shaker Maker, for the $1.99. That's very kind of you. So I'm going to go now and watch Karen read, and I'm sure a lot of you are as well. Thank you, Susan, for the $1.99. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Great at training, no canine dogs. I don't know what that means, but thank you. You're great at training no canine dogs. SR. All right. Thank you. Do you want to watch Cassie's, before I go, do you want to watch Cassie's latest video? Hold on. Why is it? Stop share. Right. I'll show you Cassie's latest video from earlier today. It's on Cassie's channel. It's only like 3 minutes long. We can just about fit it in. Springers. I can't even write. Springers with Cassie. Here we go. All right, so this is Cassie's channel. So credit goes to Cassie. Hold on. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Why is it not letting me share screen? Here we go. Here we go. All right. So this is the first time Cassie has searched for my phone in the wheat fields. So credit goes to Springers with Cassie for this one.
Find the phone. Where is it? Find the phone.
I know I've got it in my hand, but another phone.
Find the phone. Find the phone. Find the phone. Find the phone. I said, find the phone. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl.
So that was round one. Thank you for Barbie's 2 bits. Thank you so much. Keeping the facts out the front. Thank you. Right, round 2. It's pretty loud. The tune's loud. Round 2.
Well done. Good girl. Good girl. That's the phone. Cassie, find the phone. 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 Where is it? Find the phone. Find the phone. Find the phone. Where is it? Find the phone. Find the phone. Where's it? Good girl. There we go. Good girl. Well done. Good girl. There's the phone. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. There we are. Good girl. You two didn't do anything. You two didn't do anything. Ow. Boy. Cass. Good girl.
There you go. She didn't want to do that second one. She wanted to go and play. She really didn't want to do that second one. She found it. It wasn't a strong enough indication. So I made her find it again. But yeah, that's pretty challenging. She's only been actually finding my phone for like a week. We've been practicing every day. I had to familiarize her with the command first. So we're gonna get really challenging. She's got to like amass loads and loads of easy finds, like to build up her confidence. So yeah. All right, guys, it's gone 2:00, so I've got to go. I've really got to go. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you for the donations. It's very, very kind of you. And thanks as always to the mods. And yeah, for those of you who are going to watch Karen read, we're in for some fireworks, I think, this afternoon. So I'll bid you farewell, and the rest of you, enjoy your day. Bye, guys.